Bantamweight division, Sean O'Malley is up against Marlon Vera. At least it's not O'Malley versus O'Malley, right, Ash?
No, it's not O'Malley versus O'Malley.
In the blue corner, we have 21-8-1 for Vera. And in the red corner, O'Malley, we have 17-1-0. Now, in terms of how this matches up, there's no obvious big advantages here. I guess you would look at either the height for O'Malley, which is 5'11", to Vera's 5'8", and that reach advantage, which is just 1.5 inches for O'Malley.
Nice.
However, it was quite interesting as he just makes himself look incredibly long. The way that O'Malley's able to utilize the distance, you think that he's got an advantage that's like 10 inches on top of yours. You really didn't get a chance to see what he could do in that first fight. In my personal opinion, he didn't really get going. This is Vera, of course, because the leg injury. Shame, really, because stylistically, these two match up so well, in my opinion. So whatever Sean overcompensates in punching precision, Vera makes up in that diversity in terms of striking too. So do you think the game plan from Chito will probably be the same as it was in the first fight still? Or would he bring a different one?
Yeah, no, you're right. And again, I just want to touch on to a lot of people, obviously Sean O'Malley himself, and a lot of people as well saying that it was a fluke what Vera done. But it's just calf kicks are game changers. They are game changers. We've seen it in the past where it just cripples your leg. We've seen it with Marlon Moraes when he done it to Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
And we didn't think Henry Cejudo was going to get out of that first round. Obviously, he survived the storm and obviously prevailed, but it's just one of them where your leg just goes numb. And just from the power of the kick, precision of the kick, like you said, diverse striking of Marlon Vera.
He caught him and he didn't mean to catch him, but fair enough.
Marlon Vera is as tough as they come. And I think he needs to get going quick because O'Malley's one of them that reminds me of like Corey Sandhagen. He could sort of outpoint and outstrike Vera just through the 5 rounds like Corey Sandhagen did, because Marlon Vera is more of a sort of a power striker and times things, if you know what I mean, and gets his reads. Look, the read he did against Dominic Cruz, just phenomenal. Like, we all know Dominic Cruz likes to duck and weave, and he timed it to perfection when he ducked. Bosh, that head kick comes up. And the same with Frankie. He knows that Frankie was sort of bobbing and weaving, and then the front kick comes up, and it's one of them where if O'Malley gets his game plan off, I think O'Malley will be Vera will be second best. But Vera needs to start quick for me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I see that. But also as well, if you think about it, how often does someone come back and get a win after they've already had a loss from an opponent? We've seen people try again this last year, trying to avenge a loss, and it just hasn't really gone their way. I think the stats there really do favor, if you lost once, you're going to lose again.
Yeah, like I said, it all depends. If O'Malley can start quick and, like you said, keep moving, keep getting that jab away, utilizing his striking game, he could potentially win the decision. But Marlon Vera's as tough as they come, man. Yeah,
true. And on O'Malley, like, if you've been around for a minute, then I've been calling this rematch to happen ever since the moment he beat Jan. The story's just too cute. Man beats boy becomes champ and avenges his one and only loss. So the only problem is, in O'Malley's eyes, he's undefeated. He's got a lot of other Sean the Sheep followers thinking the same thing as well. But would you say he was undefeated? Would you say it was a bit of a freak accident?
He lost.
Straight up.
But it's funny as well, because obviously this, I know he wouldn't have obviously been in the obviously on his back if that leg it wasn't compromised. But the elbows were Vera as well. Like, you could see the 2 elbows put him out.
Yeah.
So.
No, they were coming down pretty hard and fast, and he couldn't do anything in a stand-up after that first one. And that was down to that leg kick. I really looked down the analysis, and it was just one kick that latched on and caught him in the right spot. You're right. But would you think he'll need to change this time around? I mean, do you think his game plan would be different going into this one? Or would you say it was just a bit of an unlucky hit? Same game plan? He was always going to win.
I think Vera's always got that game plan of just marching forward.
No, O'Malley.
Oh, so for O'Malley, will he change his game plan?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000,000%. Yeah, I can try and stick and move, and he's always going to be on the move, if you know what I mean. I don't think he's ever going to be in one place for Vera maybe to land them kicks. But we've seen it in the past. O'Malley's very quick at moving, using lateral movement. Again, like I said a second ago, Marlon Vera just times things so well.
He does. He does, yeah, but also so does O'Malley. You know, we've seen some of his striking precision against the former champs in there as well. Like he's just executed it beautifully. I could write essays on it. It was just so good. So I do think he's gonna, he could just wait, find the opportunity, and then do that. I think, who was it earlier? I think Breezy said that he thinks the main event's a co-main because this one's just going to long itself out over many rounds of inactivity. And look, he might not be too wrong because it could just be a high technical chess match where everything's just done neurologically between flinches and high movement and waiting for someone else to make a mistake before you capitalize on it. In which case, we don't really get much action as fight fans. But when you do pull it off, it could be fast, sweet. You just don't blink, is all I'm saying. Especially this weight class, it would happen so fast. But yeah, I really like this fight. I've been calling it for a while. Like I said, you know it as well. It's just the narrative. I'm a sucker for a story, and this is a really good story. What would make the best story, though? Sean O'Malley winning, avenging his loss, or Marlon Vera jumping 7 places above Corey Sandhagen and taking a belt over?
That's the crazy thing as well. Because obviously, when this matchup was made, I was like, "What is going on here? Like, how is Vera fighting for the belt when Corey Sandhagen has beaten Vera?" But like I said, the story. If you want to go for a story, Vera put a standpoint and finishing O'Malley for real. Like obviously, a lot of people, like we just mentioned a second ago, saying, "Oh, it was a fluke. It was that. It was this." Vera's story. Finishing him, flatlining him. That's the story. Putting it to bed.
Yep.
Full on beat ya.
Done. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Look, fair enough. I think it could be quite interesting when it comes down to it. I reckon what the biggest dangers that Vera needs to be looking out for from O'Malley would be those stance switches and just the way he would use it to create an illusion of distance and get out of the way. But again, for Vera, I think he should go back to the leg kicks. Yes.
100,000,000%. He has nasty leg kicks, yeah.
Absolutely. Because if you can slow down the mobility of O'Malley, evidently, as he did the first time, you get that win, or you increases your chances of doing so anyway. I'll get the gauges up.
Get the gauges up. I'll just make a quick comment and I'll get to some chats. Just remember, obviously, their first fight was 3 rounds. This one's going to be 5, obviously. So leg kicks for 5 rounds. So anyway. Where are we? Hey, George Mary's in the chats. Welcome in, George.
What's up, George? How you doing?
Sorry I'm late.
Welcome
Evening. Welcome. Breeze is welcoming him in, George.
You're not late, George. I thought rumor has it time waits for you.
Yeah. Breeze says, on a scale of rabbit droppings to King Kong's fingers. I don't know what about that.
Oh, okay. In terms of how exciting this fight is what kind of scale, because that's as tiny, something big, like what's
I get you
you know.
Raph says Chito has the most finishes in bantamweight history. Has never been so much as wobbled in the UFC and is coming into a fight with a win already over Sean. Yes, that is very, very true. He was close to losing his decision to Frankie the Answer Edgar, though. But jumping on to Breezy, then he says,
you love that.
George Mary says O'Malley, BSD, MVP, Burns, and your Dong. That's your picks. I love that, George. Breezy says, love those picks. Not sure on the Yarn, your Dong fight myself. Cheers, Breezy. Can't believe how quick the time's gone. And nice. We're in.
Yeah. No, that's cool. And I like those picks. Guys, get more of your picks down below. What do you guys have for this one? So we had, of course, George Mary saying O'Malley. Why do you think it's going to work out for O'Malley, George? I mean, I think a really good point from El Capitan there was the fact that Chito's never been rocked before.
It's true.
He's been looking pretty decent on all occasions. I guess if it's what I do like about O'Malley is it's not too different from the style that we saw Sandhagen have against.
That's true. That's very true.
You know, he can switch those stances. He can fight relatively long, and he will stay long. He has to be on the outside of the range. I've not seen O'Malley win a fight when he's been, in the pocket for so long. Even against Yarn, who works, is what he does. He gets into the pocket. He couldn't do that against O'Malley. And he had the full duration of the fight to try as well, which was crazy. Okay, so here we go then. Striking, who gets it?
O'Malley striking for me.
Striking for O'Malley, yeah? Fair enough. Red corner gets that. Grappling. Who gets it? I'll
Ooh,
go
just because
Vera.
I've seen more of it, Vera.
Yeah. Power. O'Malley.
This is a funny one for me because obviously I wouldn't say O'Malley has power. He has precision.
Okay, true. True. He does have more wins by knockout here on paper.
I know. I say he doesn't have power, but the precision, obviously, that precision, that right hand that he flatlined Eddie Wyland with as well. Right. That was a one bang walk off KO. He's done it numerous amounts of times.
Yeah,
Vera, I'm trying to think who he's one banged, if you know what I mean, or anything like that.
Yeah, he's got 38% of his wins by TKO or knockout, and you got 38%
because obviously
as well by subs.
Dominic Cruz one was head kick. Frankie was a head kick.
In the hands, you do certainly see it more from O'Malley.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go O'Malley, mate. Stats don't lie, do they?
They don't. I mean, what was that stat about him having the most knockouts in the bantamweight division?
Yeah, it's because that's what I mean. Is that head kick knockouts, TKOs, not sort of like I've seen O'Malley. We've seen O'Malley one bang numerous amounts of fighters. So power's gonna have to go to O'Malley for me. Yeah,
freakish power in the hands.
Yeah,
he's just got that technique down, hasn't he?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah,
speed.
O'Malley.
O'Malley gets speed. Now cardio. I think I learned a lot from that
Vera,
Peter
man.
Yeah, maybe Vera. I did learn a lot from that Peter Yan fight.
Because they slowed down. They did slow down in that fifth round. I don't think Vera just gets tired. He just keeps marching forward.
Yeah. It's tough.
Again, he slowed against. Or
he does have. Vera did. Vera does have more fights go to the decision. More decision. He does. Wins.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we go Vera for cardio. Yeah,
it's on paper and 100 per minute precision again. It's great for O'Malley. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go cardio for Vera. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you guys think in the chats? Do you agree with that, Gauges, as well? It's still the odds say here as well because they suggest that O'Malley is a minus 218 favorite to Vera's plus 180. And since they last fought, I guess you got to kind of look at that journey he's been on, right? Since they last fought, Vera's been unstoppable until he met Corey Sandhagen, of course.
Yeah.
And then you've got O'Malley, who truly has been unstoppable and really gone through tougher competition too. So, you know what I mean? You're kind of looking at something where you got someone who's, since the last fought tougher competition versus someone else who's just, who's done well. Interesting, huh? I like O'Malley for this one. I do. The gauges would suggest that he has the advantage.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't get that lucky shot landed on his leg in that first fight, we could have seen a lot more from him.
Well, lucky shot, Mr. Brown.
Lucky shot. The lucky shot.
It's not a lucky shot, man.
I called it a lucky shot because Vera didn't even know he landed.
Perfectly placed.
It was perfectly placed. It was, you're right. It was perfectly placed, but also you can place it there and it doesn't damage the fighter in that same way. So Vera didn't even kind of know what he had done. That was so right because he carried on fighting, thinking, "What's going on here?" I kicked him,
and this is why Vera is going to shut you up on Saturday night, Mr. Brown, and finish him.
By all means, when a fighter like does something really well and doesn't realize to do it, of course, take it. Take nothing away from the guy. Yeah. Great skills, but the fact is, he didn't even realize that he landed the shot so well. But he did, so that's why I call it a bit of a lucky shot. But yeah, it was. Otherwise, it did happen. It wasn't a freak accident. It was a well played shot from Vera. And if that didn't happen, I reckon it could be a different outcome.